Hey everybody, it's so good to see you guys again. I'm so glad you're back. This week we're actually looking at one of my favorite verses in the entire book of Ruth. And so I'm excited about talking about that with you today. In fact, chapter 2, verse 10, remember that Boaz has been incredibly kind and gracious to Ruth. He's offered her water, he's offered her food, he's offered her protection, a place to glean in his field. And verse 10, it says, "At this she bowed down with her face to the ground, and she exclaimed, 'Why have I found such favor in your eyes that you notice me, a foreigner?'" I think what Ruth is saying here is, I am a Moabitess. I am from this pagan country. Someone like you, Boaz, who is an upstanding Hebrew man, should have nothing to do with me. Why have you noticed me? Why have you seen me? And it reminded me of being in the Amazon jungle. I think some of you guys know that I work very closely with an organization called Justice and Mercy International. And I get to the Amazon at least once, sometimes twice a year. And there was one particular year where we were there when the flooding was as high as it had been in years. And I was leading worship at a school, and all the kids were kind of excited. And there's this one boy that just looked like he had the weight of the world on his shoulders. And so after class was dismissed, I grabbed a translator and I went after this boy and I just said, "Listen, you look so downcast to me. You look so heavy." And he said, "Well, I am." He said, "The water is about to come into my house and my oldest brother is gone and I'm the next oldest. My father's not here and it just feels like it's all on me." I told him that there were a few different things that I felt like we could help him out with, and he was gracious and happy for those things. And then I said, when I was leading worship, I really felt like the Lord pointed you out to me, and I would love to see you get involved with the church that's here, with the pastor that's here, because I believe that God has a special plan for you and is going to use you as a leader in this village. And he said something back to me, words that I don't think I will ever forget as long as I live. He said, "No one has ever seen me before. God sent you to see me." And I realized a few years later how much that ties in with chapter 2 of the book of Ruth, verse 10, where Ruth says, "Why have you seen me, Boaz? Why have you seen me?" And essentially, that's what this boy was asking me. He wanted to know more than anything that Creator God had not forgotten him, that he saw him. And the Lord blessed me by just allowing me to be that person at that time, to see him. And so this week, I really want you to take that verse and I want you to look around. And as you're going throughout your week, ask the Lord to show you, who is he asking you to see? And it doesn't mean just to notice somebody, but to really engage with them, to reach out to them, to find out their story, to do what Boaz did for Ruth. How much more as believers in Jesus Christ can we model the gospel the way that Boaz did to Ruth? How much more can we do that for the people around us? So be on the lookout for who God wants you to see this week.